Jane. She'll be along in a minute. She'll be here. Good morning. How are you? Did you have a nice day yesterday? Can I share something with you? Let me show you my newfound favourite thing. So yesterday we made the polar bear. We've now sold out of the white velvet, so well done if you managed to get hold of that. He is my newfound favourite thing. And then lovely Sally's in with us today. She likes to hand stitch. And I'd asked yesterday, should we do him as a sitting bear or a standing bear? And lots of you said both. Morning, Jane.
Morning.
So in saying both, we came up with a cunning plan, didn't we, Jane?
Yes.
Which neither of us then wanted to do. Which was to hand stitch his limbs on we've put the handmade with love buttons on, haven't we?
Look gorgeous.
And if you go in with the doll's needle through one side, out the other, through there, back in, and out the other side, you get working limbs.
Yes.
So he can now stand, or he can sit, or as we discovered this morning when Sally put him on my desk, he can also do down face dog.
Oh, bless him.
So we are super thrilled. And if you want to grab yourself some buttons, then you can do the same. I love him.
He's gorgeous.
You will never see him in our sample sales because I love him.
No, he's lovely. He's going to be on your Christmas table.
Oh, he really is. Underneath my snow... You can see how my table is going to be, can't you? Underneath my snowmen.
Yes. He's
Ah.
gorgeous.
I love it, love it, love it. Right, so this morning, Janio, what are we doing?
Well,
Where's your sample?
if I brought the sample with me and left it on the ironing board.
Excellent.
Excuse
Go on
me
then.
while I go.
You skedaddle off and get that. I'll just, chat to everybody. Oh no, my whale's fallen down. He's having a whale of a time. There we go. So yesterday we had the velvets. We've still got... Oh, let me tell you about a few deals that we've got on with the velvets. Now. I don't know if you remember... years and years ago, I did this pattern, which is the Velvet Evening Clutch Bag. It is quite simply the easiest bag, isn't it, to make?
It's beautiful.
So easy to make.
Yes, really straightforward.
You can either use Styleville or H640, depending on how firm you want it to be.
Nice.
It's got a magnetic clasp, and then it's got a bit of bling. Now, in my clearing, I found a whole load more bling.
Oh, fabulous.
So, bling will vary, but when you, and this is an item now, 1/2 metre of black velvet, we've got the really nice black velvet from Chatham Glen Inn,
Yeah.
1/2 metre of black velvet, and you basically get these for free.
Lovely.
When you choose a 1/2 metre of the metallics, because that's what's going to go as your lining. I did it originally with Lisa Chandler. Now these are Kaufman. Kaufman and Lisa Chandler
Very
are
similar.
of the same sort of quality. So I think any of those. We've got some bolt ends as well. We've got the gold, we've got the deep red
Yes.
in the bolt ends as well, which would also look stunning. You will get at least 2 out of a 1/2 metre.
Yes, it's a big...
It was a fat quarter make, wasn't it, really?
Yes. Yeah.
But we don't cut the velvet into fat quarter unless we can really help it. So that is your deal. You will get the pattern, the bling. The bling alone should be $9.99, by the way. That's what they should retail as.
Yeah.
And then your magnet as well.
Is it iron-on bling?
Yeah.
Iron it on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
fabulous.
just a little bit of steam will sort that in. I tend to just pop a couple of little stitches just to hold.
Just to hold it, yeah.
If I'm going to be dancing.
Yes.
So that's the deal. It's a 1/2 metre of black velvet, and with this, and you'll see this on our product page today. If you go to natashamakes.com and you click on Shop Textile Tuesday,
Fabulous.
because it says across the top banner Textile Tuesday. Click on that, shop it. It's there now. Jane, also whilst I was tidying up over the weekend, I actually looked in the filing cabinets.
Dum, dum, dum. The filing cabinets that have been still on the lorry since we came back the first time.
Oh, I knew we had some spare patterns in there.
Yeah. But
And
you
we
didn't realise
decanted
how
some.
many.
I did not realise how many in Inga's day, how many she'd just printed off and just put in there. So I've got 2 full book boxes. But these are patterns that go back years, like from the start
beginning,
of
yeah.
from the very start. So the deal is for you, lucky dip of 3. And it will just be, we'll go through an order. Please don't think we're going to go back through your buying history.
No, sorry.
That has been suggested to us before. Could you just go back through my my history and make sure I have... No, because for $7.99 you're getting 3 of my patterns, or for $8.99 3 of Jane's quilting patterns, because there's a whole load of your quilting patterns in there as well.
Yes, there is, yeah.
The idea was to get organised and have copies of everything that we'd ever done printed off, so you could just take them out the filing cabinet, and then we didn't have to print whilst we were on air. That was the idea behind it. Never actually worked because people couldn't be bothered, or quite blind or whatever. Or
they were patterns and people were just buying the recent ones from the show and not going back.
Yeah. So either way, if you fancy a lucky dip, then, and we'll just go through the first 3 different ones, and it will vary each time. If you're buying multiples, we will of course make sure that you get different ones.
Yes, we won't give you 3 of the same.
No. Now Jane, what have you got today?
It's a pie dish carrier.
I love this. I love this.
This is a great... Well, we're going to talk about the blocks and everything in a moment, but it's got a strap that holds the block together, a loop that goes across there. You put your pie dish in first. So your pie dish is in there with a pie in, or a cake, or whatever.
Or a lasagna. You know,
Yeah,
it's
or a
one of
quiche.
those... Yeah, those are... My favourite at the moment is a frittata. I
Yeah.
love making a frittata.
Fit a frittata in. Both loops go over.
Nice.
It's carrier. And, you know, if you go into your neighbours for a barbecue, or you go into a family get-together, and it's just a nice way of carrying it.
Okay, so food
And then
parcels.
it's on a beautiful mat then, isn't it?
There are times in life where you need to take food to people.
Yes.
When they've had babies,
Yes,
and the mum, quite frankly, just needs wholesome, hearty foods.
absolutely.
You know, with a bereavement,
Yeah,
sometimes nice to take food so that the family can just concentrate on being together.
yeah,
Picnics,
yes.
family get-togethers.
All sorts of things.
I've been to weddings where they haven't wanted to cater, and they've just said everyone bring a different dish.
Yeah.
They put trestle tables out, beautiful. Everyone brings a different dish.
Yeah, I've
Party.
been to get-together gatherings, and it's called a potluck lunch, and you just bring a plate and share it, type of thing. You
Oh,
know,
nice.
that's really lovely.
We used to, when I lived over in Peterborough for Create and Craft, once a month there used to be a pudding club in the village.
Oh, nice. We love a pudding.
And you could either take a pudding, obviously I'm not, like you would be great at making the puddings, you could either make a pudding and bring it, or you could pay £1 and just eat the pudding. So Freddie and I used to go with a spoon each.
And a pound.
And £1 each, and just be like, we'll just eat the
We'll
pudding.
just come and join in. Thanks.
But this would have been a great way to transport.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think these are undervalued and very, 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 very useful. Now, in terms of the block,
Yes.
we've got something a bit special, Jane.
Yes.
Have you got...
I've got the quilt, this one open.
Let me show you these, because we had these once, Jane, and they sold out to the extent that we sold so many that our supplier ran out, and it was a bit of a sore subject. But they are now back in stock,
Lovely.
and they were so popular that you've got set 2 and set 3. Now these are the Quilt Builder card decks. Jane, what does that entail?
You've got 48 blocks, I think, in here.
50.
50. A whole variety of blocks. You've also got in here how it works, so all the instructions of how it works, how to
So you can do
use
them in
it.
different sizes.
Yeah, it's got the
Amazing.
size from 6 inch up to 12 inch, and then 3/4 inch, so you can make a block into a quilt. So if you've got a
Amazing.
big panel or something like that that you want to make a feature of, this is
Yes.
another good way of using it.
This is
It
brilliant.
also gives you ideas for layouts and measurements and things for that. Different types of layouts. It's got your cutting, your yardage. so how much you need, layouts for ideas, yardage for rectangles and figuring out for a quilt, alternative layouts. It's got your on point challenge, so it tells you about how much fabric you'd need if you want to cut your fabric on point. Side and corner triangles, so if you want to set your blocks on point, it gives you the measurements for the triangles to go for your setting in, and then how to sew half square triangles and all about your corner alignments.
This is brilliant.
So it's everything you need to know about making a quilt. And then you've got all these blocks to choose from. That's the block, and then on this side, this is mosaic. It gives you the cutting out instructions, as I say, 6, 8, 10, 12 and 36.
So what you can do, so you get 50 cards. How many blocks in there by the time you've got the cards? I don't know.
I think there's
We'll have a
50 blocks, isn't there?
It says 50 cards, two-sided cards.
Right.
But, so it depends how many. Anyway, a lot. But you see, what I love about this is, look, Janio, you can decide, you can build your quilt.
Yeah, you could put them together and have a look on how they go, because you can get secondary patterns going on. You've got the most basic, which is this one, the broken dish block, to that one, which is quite complicated. It's half square triangles, sparkling star.
But you could design your own quilt, couldn't
But
you?
you've got your windmill block there, all sorts of different ones.
So you could do this. You could do this as a
There's
teaching.
the heart one there. You know, if you wanted to, this could be the start of your quilt journey, because you could start off with the most simplest block, the 9-patch variation, and work your way up to that.
And if you did them all the same size, you could either just join them together,
yeah,
or you could sash each one so it had its own little space to breathe.
you've got the option here of like sashing blocks, so you could put that in between blocks to give you, you get a crisscross pattern if you put them in.
Amazing.
And as I say, it starts with the most basic and then it gradually gets more complex. You've got your turn dash block there. And all of the piece in it gives you the cutting out, what size square you cut, and then how you cut it if it's triangles, which way sort of direction. And it gives you the measurements for each size.
You know when you have a starter quilt book, it's like that but far more usable.
Yeah.
Because you can really get an idea of what they will look like together.
This one's Dutch Rose. Now can you imagine if you made this in a 36 inch, you'd have a nice feature print there and then going out. That'd make a beautiful centre of a quilt, to which you could then add borders. You could use one of the blocks as cornerstones, you could do a border of blocks. All the options are there, and it gives you lots of ideas in the sort of how-to guide at the beginning. This would make a lovely gift for somebody that's just started out on their quilt journey.
I would love it, Jane, and I'm
And
not
you
just
can
starting
use
out.
it for your very own self, just to practice with, because there's some blocks in here that you may not be aware of.
Right,
that you've
here
not
we go.
used before.
Jane, all 3 sets give you 40 blocks. You have 50 cards.
Yeah.
So 10 cards give you information and
Yeah.
the how-tos, and then you've got 40 different blocks, which is just incredible. So set 1 has 40 blocks, 8 layouts and endless possibilities. Set 2 has 40 new blocks, 8 new layouts and endless possibilities. And set 3 has 40 more blocks, 8 inspiring layouts and infinite possibilities, Jane.
Infinite.
Infinite.
So this one here, look, that square in there is an 18 and 3/4, I think it says. Can't see I've got my glasses on. But you could add a border on if your block was 18 to make it the size it needs to be, and that would make a 36 inch. So you've got your edging on there. You know, if you bought a panel or something like that you wanted to add borders and things onto, this is a good way of working it out as well. It's just a lovely set. And I haven't looked in the blocks here, but I can see by the cover that that's an expansion on what you'll have learnt on this card deck. So if you've already got this one, the other two are great building blocks.
They have, so if you had all 3, and there is a deal on if you buy all 3,
It's going to give you 120 blocks.
120 blocks with, hang on, 8, 16, 24 different layouts.
Yeah.
That's a lot, isn't
It's
it?
amazing. Amazing. And it's got, you know, on the side with the information about cutting, it gives you a basic guide about how to put it together. You've got colour options as well on there, so it gives you ideas of colours that you could use for. But I mean, it works with any fabrics.
So you pick the block that you want to then be the centre of your pie dish. If you have to pick any 3 for the deal. We've put a deal on it.
Right.
If you pick any 3, I'm trying to remember what we said because we did this last week. Me and Gemma are both scratching our heads. She's frantically looking up. And they don't have to be that you could have 2 of the same if you're gifting.
Yeah.
So you might be getting these for Christmas presents, stocking fillers, because they're $14.99 each, I think.
Yeah.
Which is incredible value.
It's really good when you think what options you get in here.
So you might want to share with friends or do whatever, or if you've bought one of these in the past, then you might want to buy for a friend.
Well, you know, if you go to your quilter's Christmas party and you're going to do a Secret Santa,
Yeah,
it's perfect.
absolutely perfect, especially when they're on a deal, Jane. We're just trying to remember what deal we did it on because well,
We've done
Gemma's
so
been
many
in a field for numerous
And we've
days.
done
since
so
then.
many deals recently, haven't you? You've done some fantastic offers.
We have done some pretty cracking deals.
It's so neat to have on your desk as well. It doesn't take up much room, does it? And
It's
you've
£5 off, Jane.
Wow!
I think there or thereabouts. So they're $14.99 each, or 3 for $39.99.
Fabulous.
That's all right, isn't it?
That's
It
really
means
good.
you're basically getting one for a tenner,
Amazing. Amazing.
which is maybe that's the one you gift.
Yeah.
And that can be any of those.
Now the pattern has got this block in it. This one's called Square and Star. So the pattern shows you how to make the block, how to add the borders, because it's finished a 12-inch square. I've made it up to 18 for the pie holder, pie dish carrier. And then you've got all the instructions about how the pie dish is made.
Jim has corrected me. It's £4.98 off. Could I please be correct?
Yes, it's very important.
Yes. That tuppence, Jane.
It makes all the difference.
It does. It stays in your pocket. There we go. There are
For
a
me,
couple
as
of.
an experienced quilter, I'd love a gift like this.
Well, I know because it never gets old, does it? It's
Well,
just
no,
it's
and
inspiration.
it's just like sometimes you forget what you can do. You do forget.
So they are your options. There are 2 Christmas ones that we will look at in detail on another show. But if you wanted to add the Christmas ones in, I think they're loaded and you can
Fabulous.
have those for another time. But we'll go into those because we will do a whole other show on those Christmas ones.
Amazing.
Amazing. So let's have a look at the fabric
Just pop the
bundles.
iron on.
Oh yeah.
Is that on?
Do you do it with steam?
No, I don't think so. Right, so we've got the original block, which I may have chosen the colours because they may go with your new kitchen.
They do, Jane. It's this, the Arga.
Yeah.
I've got another Arga. I'm so excited to have an Arga.
It's lovely, aren't they, having an Arga? Just keeps everywhere warm and cosy all the time.
Oh, I'm so done with being cold. Poor Josh he's always hot, so he's just going to be in shorts and t-shirt all year round.
Yeah.
And I'll just be warm and happy. It's fine.
And
I'm happy
cosy.
with that. Yes.
Warm and cosy.
Now, this one is I think $14.99, but you've got all the mushrooms and everything. You've got foragey type things in there.
It's beautiful. It's sort of...
It's an art gallery fabric one, I think.
Yes, it is. Can't remember what it's called, but it's a beautiful fabric. It
Oh,
is art
Jane, it
gallery.
was Katie O'Shea. She's
Yeah.
clever. You know what we have got back in stock that I completely forgot to tell everybody about? Gemma says that tuppence makes a difference, Natasha.
It does.
Like, I'm not doubting that, Gemma. What we have got back in stock, well, we have got extras of the Cloud 9. You know the Cloud 9 Fat Eighths bundles?
Yes.
We've got more of those back in stock.
Ooh,
Only a
lovely.
handful, but we do have them. I left some on the cutting desk to show everybody and left them there, probably next to your sample. We've done well this morning,
We
haven't we?
have.
Yes. Yes.
There's been a lot going on.
These are at a cracking deal of $14.99. So if you just wanted fabrics that were going to be fabulous, just...
This is a great stash builder as well. You've got a 1/2 metre of the feature print.
Yes.
You've got a long quarter of what I'm calling the binding, which you're only going to use a very small amount of. And then you've got 3 fat quarters of a natural seeded, tan and duck egg.
Nice. Nice, nice.
And then we've got this lovely red and white one, because I know some people have lovely red and white kitchens.
Oh, nice.
Long quarter of our crimson. This is a piece of the...
$15.99, Gemma says. 15, not $14.99. They should have been $18.99. They're $15.99.
This is a piece of the Emily Blossom. This should be a fat quarter piece, I think. Because it's the extra wide. Yeah, we've got 2 pieces there.
Oh, I got that in bold. Shouty, shouty, bold.
Oh,
Jane.
right. So it's an extra wide fat.
It's about 50. Well, it's 54 inches, isn't it?
Yeah, something
54.
like that.
Well,
It
half
equates
of you
to
108.
1/2 metre. Yeah. And then you've got a fat quarter of the red, the Macawa spot on, and our white cotton.
Beautiful.
So that's another combination.
The deals do not end there, Jane, because we've got a couple of Christmas ones. Because we go to people's houses at Christmas.
Well, I was also thinking about this. You could make one of these. You could get a pie dish, and you could put some ingredients to make a pie in it, and it would make a lovely gift.
My mum also makes us a Christmas cake each year.
Yeah.
After my racist nut incident. I will never be allowed to forget that. For those of you that wonder what I'm talking about, I made the most beautiful Christmas cake with my great-grandmother's recipe.
Yes.
My mum had handed it down to me. Normally my mum does the Christmas cakes. I'm like, no, I'm going to be a grown-up, I'm going to adult. And Freddie and I, in his half-term, because that's when you make it half-term, and we had it in so much brandy and so many extra cherries, because I love cherries.
Yeah.
And the nuts came out the cupboard and in they all went and everything.
And you'd been feeding it, hadn't you?
It was just, I was so excited. Cooked it for at least 3 weeks, because they take forever. Take it out. And you just have a little slither at it just to check it's
just
okay.
Check it's nice.
It was not nice. I didn't know nuts went off. I had no idea nuts went off. I just grabbed them out of the cupboard and thought it was a win, because Christmas cake ingredients are quite expensive. I was like, oh great, I've got nuts. Brilliant. Rancid nuts. The whole thing was ruined. In fact, Lindsay, who was nannying for us at the time with Emily, she went through and picked out all the cherries. She was like, we're not letting this all go to waste. And I was devastated. Freddie was only a little tot, wasn't he?
Yes.
Went to school and told everyone that I'd made a cake with racist nuts. I'm like, no, rancid. different
thing.
But it will always
Forever
be known
known.
in our family history as the racist cake that I made. But you could make a non-racist cake,
Yes.
and put that in there for someone's Christmas.
Yeah.
Josh's dad brought us round a Christmas pudding. I know. But you see, that would have looked lovely in that. Maybe I'll give him that and ask if he'll make us another one this year. Here you go, Keith.
Yes.
Crack on.
Put a cake in there.
Pop a cake in there. So a Christmas bundle was important. And here it is. This is down at a silly price. Clearance price, this one. I think it's
Got
$12.99,
Macawa
Jane.
fabrics, yeah. Just crazy. That's our...
Red, scarlet. It's a red one.
It's a red one. Red. It is red.
It's
It's
not complicated, Jane. It's
no,
red.
it's red. Or is it Scott? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, Gemma knows. This is 1/2 metre of the Macawa Scandi scatter in red. Then we've got some Macawa spot. I think it's just called dot, actually, this one.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of metallic gold
Dots there. There's a bit of Dashwood twist in silver metallic. And then there's a bit of the Scandi grey.
It's a nice little bundle. Whether you use this for this or something else.
It's just a nice little Christmas bundle, isn't it?
Yes. We then have...
We are limited stock on that one.
I think we've got 4.
Yes.
And that's really limited. If you want that for $12.99,
Yeah.
grab
Be
it.
quick.
Now, I don't know if this has been loaded yet. We did give it over to Gemma. This is This is more.
It's like calico.
Yes, thank you, Jane. You say the words, I will agree, and stroke the fabric.
It's gorgeous.
So it's a little bit more robust in terms of if you know,
Yes.
more kitcheny almost, isn't it? Because you've got your calico.
You've got a fat quarter of the calico again because calico. Excuse me. The calico we have is extra wide, so this is pretty much 1/2 metre of normal width fabric. So that's a fat quarter of calico, which is beautiful. Our calico is so lovely. You've got a long quarter of our cardinal. And then we've got this, again, this is a fat quarter, but because it's extra wide fabric, it's a good chunky fat quarter. It's bigger than your average boo-boo. And then, look, it's beautiful because it's got all sorts of sparkly and snowmen and baubles and Father Christmas on his sleigh riding across the sky. It's a lovely Christmas fabric. That's a fat quarter. This is red. This is our red. And then this is biscuit. Now, I just wanted a little bit of a contrast because I thought if you're making this block, which is the block that's in the pattern, that will give you that contrast. It's a little bit darker than the tan. Almost gingerbread colour, I thought, actually. So it gives you that sort of spicy
Christmassy
Christmas feel. So that's the other Christmas bundle. So you've got 2 options there for Christmassy feeling ones. Okay, right. So I also thought, you know, you can buy this instruction. You can use any block, can't you? If you've been practicing with your patchwork.
I'm going to give you the price on that in a minute. We're just working it out.
Okay.
Because Gemma couldn't find that fabric because I'd hidden it.
Yeah, because that's what you do.
I wouldn't even want to work for me. Before we get going, bolt ends. This is the last of this fabric.
Oh, we missed this fabric.
They may or may not be loaded, who knows, yet, but they will be. And then, Jane, we've just got some Orifil threads to just show. I'm going to go and sit and sort out some mats over here.
Okay.
If you want to show the remaining Orifil threads as well, that would be fabulous. Thank you very much.
So we've got a 78cm piece of the winter bound, which is the lovely stripe with the penguins and the polar bears and the stars. That's a really nice stripe fabric. Make nice placemats that actually.
Oh yeah.
So there's a 78cm piece of that one. We've got a 59cm piece of. Now you can see on here, and I should hold this up, how wobbly that edge is because that's the end of the bolt. We always measure from the shortest side. So it's probably about 62 up here, but it's 59cm here. So, you know, that's how we measure when we're doing bolt ends. We always go with the shortest side, so sometimes you get a little bit extra. That's the frozen flippers. And they've got penguins in bobble hats and scarves, and they're holding hands as they walk along.
That's basically all you need to know about that fabric, isn't it, Jane?
So it's just gorgeous. And then we've got the Ocean Echo, which I think actually is rather a lovely fabric for, you know, it's not necessarily wintry. It's got a beautiful sort of minty teal checker in it.
Beautifully with those tildes from last week.
Yes, it's that
sold
sort of
out by the end of the day.
Yes.
Well, actually by lunchtime, to be honest.
If I grab the medium-sized whale, if I put that on
Just
there,
careful because he's got a pin in his flipper. Yeah, you can see how beautifully
they blend beautifully. Beautiful tone of sort of minty aqua colour. He's not going to sit back on there now, is he? Because I've moved him.
Yeah, that's right, Jane.
There we go. And then this one I was so like, is this going to go in the bolt ends or I'm going to buy this piece?
I don't know how we actually still have that because...
This is Frosty Gaze. Now this is I'm going to say teddy bear faces. It's not teddy bear faces.
Do not cuddle these bears, Jane.
You cannot cuddle polar bears. We've had this conversation about the most dangerous animals in the world being the most cuddly.
Mm-hmm.
He's just polar bear faces. And that's all you need to know, and they're just really cute. But from a distance, look, it looks like a spot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So,
and then you get up close and you see the beautiful expressions.
He's got a gorgeous
James spent
face.
half the morning just looking at his expressions as Sally therapeutically stabbed the polar bear to put the buttons on, having had a lovely family holiday.
Yes, she come to work for a rest. Bless her.
At what point, Jane, do holidays get relaxing when you have children?
When you stop taking your children with you, and when they're grown up and you can leave them at home.
Okay. Just need to know. Good.
But then you start taking your grandchildren, don't you? So, but that's different. Polar friends. We've got orcas and narwhals, walruses, polar bears, penguins. All of that on there. Gorgeous. That's a 60 centimetre piece. So those are the bolt ends of the Arctic Tales.
And they'll be loaded at some point today. Claire's here, Joy's here. Claire says, morning, glad you're doing one of these. She means the pot holders. I've seen lots of different ones and can decide which to do.
Well, this is the beauty, isn't it? It's like so many different variations of them.
And also, Susan would like to know where your top is from, Jane, because she says it's lovely.
It's Facebook. Came up on Facebook and I was like, oh, I like that. And I ordered it. And you know when you order off Facebook, you're like, will I ever get it?
Yeah, there's always that.
But it did. It came within a couple of weeks, so I was quite pleased about that.
Oh, good. Wendy likes my bird top. It's my great tits top. Because it does indeed have some great tits on it. Anne says, hello everyone, I love the clutch bag pattern. I've made lots. I bought the sample from your sale, Natasha, and finished it. I'm just sending it off to Australia for a farewell Melba exhibition. Oh, how lovely! Oh, and that's so nice. They are the simplest, easiest things to make, but they look really classy.
Yes.
And now that we've got the little fixings, you know, the little screw-in D-ring rivets.
Yes.
You can make them into. You can put a chain on and have them as a over the shoulder
bag. Lovely.
Judy's here from Australia as well. She says good evening. Doe's here. Morning. Sophie's here. We need to pack up Sophie's stripology today.
Yes, we do.
Get that out to them. Sue says that she makes the postman a small Christmas cake for him and his family. Turns out his wife is actually a baker and his mother was delighted to tell her my cake is the best she's ever tasted, better than his wife's every year. Oh wow! I bet that goes down well.
Yes, that's going to cause a bit of a problem.
Now, Jane Vivash says, could you make the strap bit removable by using lobster cloths at either end?
Well, yes, or you could.
Carrier. Yes.
You see, I sew in my pattern. You sew that on, so you could put a piece of Velcro or a press stud.
I would make that into a tab and do exactly that. I would, because also if you got the cork bundle last week with your 50 D rings in,
yes,
you could put some of your 50 D rings either end,
yeah,
and
you
then
could
just
make
some swivel clasps.
Smaller loops, couldn't you? Put the D ring through and then you could clip it.
Yeah.
With the bag end pattern.
Yeah. And then you could lay it flat on the table.
Yes.
Not. Yeah, all these things can be done.
I mean, you could always make your strap longer if you felt the need to. I made the strap, I think it was 18 in the end, which is just slightly, just so that it brought it up. But I mean, if you wanted it to lie flatter, you'd make that strap longer.
Yeah, you'd make it the diagonal, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Jan is here, Brenda's here, and Susan said, hang on. We've had another person ask about your top. Rebecca's here, Liz is here, Martine's here, Lorraine's here, Debbie's here. Morning, ladies. Yes, we're all good. Right,
so I've actually made a block. I took the broken dish block out of the block builder.
Is that honestly what it's called?
It's called broken dish, yeah.
The irony, Jane.
The irony.
Not lost.
No, but it's a very simple one. It's four half square triangles. So that was quick to make this morning. I've added borders onto it because obviously it's 12-inch finished block. Added borders on to make that 18. I'm just going to add what is the faux binding strip on there. It's just another border that we're adding on to each side. And then we'll talk about the construction of the... I'm not doing very well this morning.
Fine, Jane. Just fine. I think we've laughed quite a lot this morning, though, to be fair.
Yes, we have.
And we had word associations, didn't we? Because I've got to learn a new postcode for the new place,
Yeah.
and it's one letter different. That's how close it is. It's
Yes.
one letter different to how we are here, and it's my dad's initials, but it's also the initials of the house we're moving to. So my association was, I'll remember that because it's my dad's initials, and Josh is like, it's the name of our house. So that's his association. And then Jane's had to buy a new car because yours went pop.
Yeah, you heard it just literally died.
And Jane, how will you remember? Just give us the letters. Just give us the letters of your new car registration.
It starts with a B and then a J. And then it's...
And then you've got a couple of numbers. And then what's the next bit,
it's
Jane?
It's XLL.
And we are clearly children and giggled quite a lot
Yes.
at that. That's brilliant, Jane. You know when you have to now remember your car number plate?
Yeah, when you're parking or anything anywhere now.
Yeah, and I can't. I have to send the kids back. Or
I always end
actually-
up taking a photograph of my registration.
Yeah. Every other photo on my camera seems to be my car registration number. I should just save it into my favourites and then it'll be there. But yeah, that seems to be the way. You won't have to do that anymore, Jane.
No, I'll remember that forever.
That car number plate has saved you quite a few steps.
Yes, I'll never forget it, I don't think.
No, nor will anyone. It made us laugh tremendously.
It did make us laugh. Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yes.
You've just got to laugh. Right, so I'm going to just cut these two strips to the length that I need for the top and bottom. So simply making the block, adding the strips side and side, top and bottom for the borders, and I'm doing the same for the... we've got 101 rotary cutters in this house. There we are.
Yeah, where are they, Jane?
Where are they all?
Where are they?
So I'm just going to snip that bit of salvage off. And then we're going to cut that to the size of the cushion. As I always say, all the measurements are in the pattern. And it will make one the same size as that. If, you know, you can adapt it, you can make it slightly smaller or add more borders, make it bigger. It's all the same way type of thing. I have come without the fabrics for my straps. On the cutting table. I think they're on my workbench. I was just going to use the navy because what I've done with this one is I've just used what was left from my bundle, so you can see you can get at least another block out of it.
Perfect.
We'll add this to the other
Once
side.
you press that, Jane, I'll run and grab you the strappy bits.
They're not cut, I think it's just the
Right, just
piece
the
of
fabric.
navy, I think, that you'll use for the straps. So let's get those pressed up and away from the block. Okay, so then you just layer it up with your backing fabric and your wadding. I think I've cut these the same size. I don't think it really matters. I've got a piece of Hay 640 here. It's just slightly bigger, but we'll just because it's adhesive, I can just press that and it'll stick to that. I would, if you want it to be sort of heat resistant, you're not going to put this in the microwave. It's not to, it can keep things warm, possibly. You probably want to use either wool wadding or cotton wadding just to keep the heat in, or obviously some of like the Insel Bright or something like that would keep warmth in. Thank you. But your H640 will work in the same way. It's not, because it's not something that you're going to want to put into a microwave or anything like that.
No. Oh, this is where you could have done this with steam, isn't it, Jane? Sorry.
I think it's got a bit in there. There we go. It's only just to hold it together, because you're just going to quilt through the... And we'll just do a simple quilting. I'll just do the middle bit on there, and I'll put the backing on. And I would pin through the layers. Normally I'd use my safety pins, but because we're going to do this quite quickly, I can get away with using ordinary pins, I think. Just so that we've got an idea of where we go. I wanted to concentrate really on the construction of the actual pie dish part. Carrier part, not the pie dish part.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, I'm just looking at the orders. We had some more of the Rainford cotton twill, which was the waterproof. We used it as lining, didn't I?
Yes.
It's just behind you, Jane, under the velvets. But we'd sold out with what we thought we had on the roll. And then when we came to cut everything, we had a few more meters left. They are still on a 3 for 2.
Nice.
So if you want to mix and match those with some wax, then you can. But someone was asking me the other day, could I get hold of any more? I can't get hold of any more, but I have got more stock that I have now loaded for you. So if you would like that, then go for that. We've got the Lucky Dip of patterns, where you get basically three of our printed patterns for the price of one. And we've got these card builder sets, where if you buy 3, you get nearly £5 off, £4.98 off.
That's brilliant.
They are the deals du jour, Jane. Oh no! And then there's also the if you popped the velvet, half metre of velvet with the pattern and rhinestone bling and clasp in your basket with a half metre of the metallics, then you get the pattern, the bling and the magnetic clasp for free.
Yeah, but I still got all this fabric left over from making the one and this one, so I did cut a bit more of the seeded cotton just to get the backing, and I'll make the straps from the... But I'm just going to quilt in this block here and around that edge and around that edge. I think we can get that done quite quickly. I won't bother changing the front.
You can
do as much.
Fancy, can't you?
Yeah, you can. And the beauty of this is it's a good way of practicing your quilting as well.
Or if you have an orphan block, it's a perfect use for an orphan block.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, if you've seen a block and you think, oh, quite fancy that, and you think, well, I've made that now, I don't know that I want to make a whole quilt with it, this is a good way of using it.
Going through the spare patterns, I found the block keeper. Remember we made that block keeper?
Oh yes, yes.
Which is perfect. So if you've made our block keeper in the past, which again used an orphan block for the front,
yeah.
But an orphan block, by the way, is one that you've got left over. It didn't go into a project.
Yeah, well, like I say, you've had a go at making a block and you're like, yeah, I like that, but no, I'm not going to do that 36 times to make it into a quilt.
I might lose my tiny mind.
Yeah, so that's a good way of using one up as well.
So other projects then that are going to work really nicely with the Quilt Builder card deck, if you just want to try blocks and see how they sew up, would be the orphan block series that we did, where you could make a bag, you could make a cushion. We've got all of those as well that are available to you. And our patterns, don't forget, are on 3 for 2 as well.
Amazing.
It makes me really sad when I see orders come through for 2 patterns and I'm like, why didn't you just pop a 3rd?
Excuse me.
Bless you. Oh. Oh, Jane, I haven't told you we get a new camera today.
Ooh. It's exciting.
I know. Well, our new studio isn't going to be as wide,
Oh, right.
and our cameras here are huge. And just in the
They are.
5 years that we've been doing Natasha Makes, the technology for cameras has come on so much.
Oh.
These are
It's just got a little tick in it, hasn't it?
BBC quality HD cameras that we have here.
Oh, amazing.
But actually, you can now get similar, much smaller.
This is why you should change to your walking foot when you do your quilting.
Okay.
Because you don't actually, I've thought, oh, I'll get away with it, but you don't actually, because look, that's pushed that and we've got a little tuck in it. But it's just a sample, so we're not going to worry about it. I just realised what I've done with this, never mind.
What have you done, Jane?
I should have done something else, but it doesn't matter.
What, like a whole other project, or?
I shouldn't be doing the quilting on it yet.
Oh, okay. Does it matter?
Well, it will, but it's not the end of the world. Right, so we'll stop here. In the pattern, you layer.
How do you do this as well, Jane?
You layer up your quilt top and
Yeah.
your wadding, and
Yeah.
you trim it all down so it's all level.
Yeah.
And you'll do this step. So let's just trim this all down so it's level. I got carried away because of the quilting.
It's the bit you like to do.
I
isn't
love
it?
the
Like,
quilting.
I'll
I'll
just
just
do
do
that
the quilting. I went into automatic pilot and didn't think about what I was doing. Never mind. So you'll layer it up. You'll cut it so that it's all 3 layers a level. You won't have done the quilting at this point. You will then take your marker, pencil, and you will measure in 1.5 inches from the corner. So 1.5 inches up and 1.5 inches across. You connect that line together by lining up those 2 marks, and then you'll cut the corners off through the 3 layers. And you'll do that on all 4 corners. So 1.5 inches up and cut the corner off.
Martine says, do you use a walking foot when free motion quilting, Jane? Well, they're two different things, aren't they? Free
Yeah,
motion.
no, I don't use a walking foot for free motion quilting because a walking foot does actually grip your fabric to a degree, and you can't get that motion, you can't get that free motion. So it's your embroidery or your darning foot that you use for free motion. It's a different foot completely. Right, so you'll have cut your 4 corners off. You won't have done any quilting, you'll have cut your 4 corners off. You then remove the top and you place it so that it's right sides together with your backing. And then you'll stitch all round all 4 sides.
Okay.
And leave a gap and pull it through.
Okay.
Push all your corners out. Well, you don't actually. You don't do that bit. We've got to put the straps in. Oh my God. Just read the pattern.
Do what the pattern says.
Do what the pattern says.
Not what Jane says.
Not what I say.
Do pattern Jane.
Do the pattern. I'm just going to cut this strip in half. I do know what I'm doing, honestly.
For anyone that's followed Jane with me for the last 5 years, they will know this, Jane. And then we have days
days like this.
It's all good.
So, right, I'm going to cut for the loop strip, 2.5 inch wide strip. And for the strap part, I'm going to cut a 4 inch strip.
And can't find the 1/2 metre of velvet with the rhinestones, etc., etc. I'm just checking where that is. I'll find you a link. Don't you worry.
We'll just cut a length for the strap. This is for the loops.
I think SJ and Gemma both thought the other person had done it. It might not have been loaded at all.
This is what happens, isn't it, sometimes?
It's also the joys of several people working remotely, is that we can assume that somebody else is doing something and if we can't see. Oh,
Yeah.
bless them. They're now both apologising to each other. I thought you've done it. Sorry, oh no, sorry, I thought you've done it.
Oh, bless them.
We'll get that loaded for you, Anne. Good spot, well done. We'll find that for you and then you can all go crazy and get your free pattern and everything.
So, to make the loops for the strap to go through, you're going to get your strip, you're going to fold it in half, wrong sides together, open it out, press the edges on the long side in towards that middle crease, like so, and you're going to do the same on the opposite side. So you're bringing the raw edges into the middle. You're then going to fold that in half and give it a press. And then you'll sew down both sides, just on the inside, less than 1/8 of an inch, a bit less if you can get away with it. Just to hold those straps together, hold the layers together. So. On one side and back up. And then you're going to cut this strip in half. Looks quite nice with the contrast stitching in, doesn't it?
It is smart, isn't it? And it just ties in with all the colours quite nicely. I'm so sad I'm nearly at the end of this massive spool that I had. I bought that one just because I sew so much in cork, and it was a variegated creamy thread that just...
It works beautifully, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I've just folded that in half.
I'd chop that with scissors.
And then just cut along there. So you've got 2 equal pieces. Now you will just have your wadding and your backing fabric on here, and you place your loops in the middle of one of the corners so that they sit next to each other, edge to edge, and they're in the middle, and one goes like on top of each other. So if you were making a loop and you placed them on top of each other like that, place it on your backing and then just move the one to the side so it still creates that loop effect. Now you can pin that, or you could stay stitch it, whichever works for you. I found it easy to pin, but what I did do when I was pinning it is I made sure that the pins were sticking out from the outside, so that, because you're going to put your block piece back on, so it sandwiches between, so that I could still see the pins. And then you're going to do the same on the opposite, the diagonal, with your loop. Do it the same way, or we can do it facing the other way. It's entirely up to you, it doesn't matter, it works exactly the same. If you were worried about, your pins and everything, then just do a little tack-in stitch, just machine stitch close to the edge just to hold those in place. Then your long strap that's going to go across the diagonal there, you're going to do the same with that. You're going to fold that in half, wrong sides together, and then you're going to bring the raw edges into the middle and then fold that in half and sew down both sides. So just press that in towards that middle crease on both sides. Fold that in half again, so you've got your folded edges together. Give that a good press so you get a nice sharp crease in there. And then again we're going to sew down both sides. Just as close as you comfortably can, about 1/8 of an inch, maybe closer if you can do it with your machine.
But this is the point at which, if you wanted to put D-rings in,
Yes.
you would do this. You do this same technique, but just in the other corners you put D-rings on.
Yeah, you'd make a shorter tab like that, wouldn't you? Put a D-ring in it, attach it, and then you'd attach your clips or whatever to this strap. So down one side and then across. You'd think I'd know how to make this, wouldn't you? I'm going to have a serious talk with myself after the show.
What have you done now, Joe?
Because you need to fold over one of the edges of your strap before you sew down the sides.
Oh, to hide the...
To hide the raw edge.
Yeah, but once things start to go,
Yeah.
it's like that when you have a customer and one thing goes wrong with their order. They're the one that then everything goes wrong with their order.
That's right.
It's just life.
That's the way it goes. That's fine. Everybody knows me. They know I can do this, really.
Sue's laptop froze and came back, and so missed half the conversation. She's like, Jane, didn't you write this? It doesn't matter. If you have slept or eaten in between writing a pattern and then having to demonstrate it,
Yeah.
it all bets are off.
And had a car blow up in the meantime, and just life
yeah,
just
yeah.
gone a bit haywire.
Do you know, we used to find this, didn't we, with guests on Sewing Quarter? Well, you wouldn't have, but you, because I was the presenter and you were the demonstrator. But it was very much that if they had, because they started wanting the guests to have prepped and sent everything in a good 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah.
And it was disastrous in terms of the actual demos, because they'd forgotten how they'd done it.
Yeah, it's so easy, because probably in that time between as well, they'd made something else ready for,
things.
and it's just
But you
crazy.
see, I know that it annoys Gemma when I make my things either on the morning or only the day before, but they will be the best demonstrations that I do because it's fresh in my head, and
Yes.
I remember all the measurements off the top of my head, like it's in there.
So on one of the ends, after you've pressed them in, so when you've pressed everything in raw edge, open it out, and on one of the ends, turn it in 1/4 inch and give it a press. This is just on the long strap. You don't have to worry about the loop straps because the raw edges are going to be sewn in.
Yeah.
And then you'll put it back together, so you'll fold those raw edges back into the middle and fold it in half. And then when you come to stitch it, you'll sew down one end across that raw edge, that folded in edge, across the folded in edge and back up the other side. So let's do that, shall we? We'll go from where we finished. I'll just unpick that bit. I can tie those ends in afterwards. So we go up that one side, and then we're going to sew across. Now just take your time when you get to this bit because you've got quite a few layers. Sew across the end and then back down along the other side.
And also, Jane, I don't think you have ever actually reached points that I have on some shows where I've got myself so flustered and confused I've had to call you to come in and sort it out. We've not reached that point yet.
No.
I remember when I think the doing something 3 times the wrong way, and then I'd lost. That was it. I'd lost the ability to be able to do any of it. And it was just like, Jane, please come and show me how to do this because it's gone. By that stage, it's gone.
And I think once you get a little bit flustered, don't you? And once you've got flustered,
forget it.
Your mind's gone. We say this quite often in quiz shows when people are like doing really well and then suddenly they'll get an answer wrong and then they can't answer any questions after. And I think your brain is thinking about that question that you got wrong, and and it's like this, you're just thinking, oh God, why did I not remember that? I needed to do that.
Yeah. It's, they do say, don't they, that if you can be master of your mind, then no one else can be your master.
That's right. So you've got your finished end, that goes towards the middle, and your raw edge is then pinned into one of the unsewn corners. Now what I can do to make this work, just think about this.
So you'd normally put this then right sides together and sew
Then
around?
what would happen then is you put this block right sides together.
Oh, so it's a turn
situation. And then you sew all the way around, leaving a turning through gap.
So you've basically given yourself a situation where you've got to bind it, Jane.
Well, no, actually what I can do is I can just, if I nick that piece of calico behind me, I can just do it back to front.
Okay.
And it'll just have 2 backings on it.
Extra, I think what you call that is extra insulation, Jane?
Yeah, it's just going to be an extra bit. We can save it till we have the power.
There's always a way.
There is. Just turn it around and put those pins in the right way around. Because you don't want to sew over your pin and break it. Your needle or your machine or your pin or anything like that. So I'm just going to pinch this piece of calico And we'll just cut that into the 18.5. It's all gone very quiet. Okay, so you'd have this pinned to the back, and then you'd bring your block that you've got, which will have the corners trimmed off, and you would place that so that it's right sides together with your backing. And then you simply sew around the outside, 1/4 inch, all the way around. Leave about a 3-inch gap on one of the sides, and that's just so you can get your hand in and pull it through. So if we start in the middle of one side, well, not in the middle, but towards the edge of one side, and the way things are going today, just remember to leave the through gap. So we'll just sew across corners. And you do this with your walking foot because you've got so many layers that you don't want it sort of moving out of the way. And when you get to the corners where you've got your straps and your loops put in, you'll just want to go over the 1/4 inch and then just do a reverse stitch over that again, just to reinforce those corners with the loops and the strap. So get to the corner, go across and reverse and back again. And that just reinforces those straps, makes them a little bit stronger so they can hold strength. And I put a ceramic flan dish in mine for the photographs and stuff, and I thought, that's really quite strong actually. That's going to hold a good weight of
A big pie.
a good weight of pie, flan, quiche, whatever you're going to put on, carrying it.
What would you go for? Pie, flan, cake? What would be your favourite?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I think it depends on where I was taking it, because nice barbecue, nice quiche sometimes really nice, isn't it? Or nice. I mean, at the moment there's so much lovely fruit, isn't it? With apples, plums, all sorts of
We
things.
have had such a glut of
So many
blackberries.
blackberries, yeah.
It's amazing.
So everybody's screaming at me now, don't forget to turn in through gap. So there we go. Let's just snip those bits of corner off. we go, and we can just pull that through. And you've got your strap, you see, so that helps to pull it through. Take these other pins out as I go. Push your corners out, so you know you could use one of your pokey tools or your purple fang or whatever you've got that's good for poking out the corners.
If you give the tabs a tug,
yeah, it will pull. Yeah, it will pull those out. And then you just want to give it a roll the hem slightly, just so that you've made sure you've pushed everything out.
You see, you are the queen at rolling the hems out. I can't do that. I have to get a pokey stick in there or a knitting needle or something like that. I don't know if it's something, I don't know if you've just got hotter hands or I don't know what it is, but you can roll fabric where I can't. I've never been able to.
Yeah. It's just a case of pushing the hem really and making sure that it's, particularly if you're using calico, you don't really want to see the calico poking through to the front. Now I'm just going to snip a bit of that wadding away from the turning through gap. Just about 1/4 inch of it, just so that when I turn the fabric in, it's less bulky and it'll sit flatter. And then you'll turn that turning through gap back under, give it a bit of a press so that it's lying nice and flat, and you'll top stitch all the way around the edge, again as close to the edge as you can, which will sew up your turning through gap and make it all look beautiful. And that's then when you quilt it.
Yay!
Yay! That's when you quilt it. So once you've got that turned through, give it a press, make sure it's all lying nice and flat. Go around the edge. We'll just do that now. We'll just sew around that edge. It'll look quite nice, I think, with that contrast thread.
I'm rather enjoying it actually with the calico backing on there as well.
Yeah. The only reason I use the pretty fabric on the back is because that's what you see when you pull it up. So I thought, well, it's nice to have the print when it's pulled up. But when it's hanging on your wall next to your raga, you'll have the block sides face upwards, so it'll look lovely against on the wall.
It's all good. I'm going to enjoy these tremendously.
It's going to look fabulous. Really, you should pin the gap shut. Not rely on you doing it by eye, because you know the day we're having.
We're having a great day, Jane.
Anything could happen.
We are having a great day.
We're having the best fun.
It's better than the day where I fell flat on my bottom under a lorry ramp.
Did that happen on Saturday?
Sunday.
On Sunday.
Right, what happened?
Well, no, because my car blew on Saturday. I just wondered if there was something in the air that what could go wrong would go wrong on Saturday.
No, I just hurt myself quite a lot. I got out of bed, started walking like an old woman at the moment. When I said I'll run and get that fabric for you, what I meant was I would
shuffle
and totter like an absolute invalid. Right, so for those of you that have waited so patiently, thanks Ryan, we now have loaded the evening clutch velvet bundle. Add your Kaufman metallics and you will get a super special price there.
So just round the edge, and again this line of stitching is also going to reinforce those loops and the strap end, so that's another way of just making sure that they're not going to come apart as soon as you put a pie in there and lift it up.
Can I just give you some numbers on this velvet deal, Jane? The
Yes.
velvet is 25% off.
Wow.
So you're getting a half metre of black velvet, a set of instructions, a magnetic clasp, and bling worth $9.99, and your bobbin has run out.
Right.
For £6.37 as opposed to $28.46.
Wow. I think the universe is telling me something. So, you'll go around the edge. You'll do any quilting that you want to do on your block, and then you will sew this strap to the opposite diagonal. You'll take it so that it's lying flat, and then you'll turn it under by about 1 inch, pin it in place, and then sew around in a square and then do a cross through, and that just reinforces that. So I tend to go up one side, across the top, down the other side, go across the diagonal, bring it down the side, go across the other diagonal, come down the side, and then just go round once more. And that just gives it a really good reinforcement. And that is the pie dish carrier. That's how it's done. So you lift the top strap, fold it in half, bring that loop over the strap, and then bring the other loop
Nice.
over that. And that will carry your pie or your flan or your cake quite nicely. Take it to your friends, and then you just take the strap out, and that's like, you can then bring the flan out and put that on top, and it'll lie with the edge over, corners over like that. But that makes a nice mat too, doesn't it?
Nice. Jane, Anne says it's so refreshing and reassuring to see the professionals have the same brain farts that we do.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
but sorry, yours are much funnier. And Sue
It
also says,
is.
am I alone? I've found that as I've aged that I find other people's areas brain farts funnier, but more unwilling to let mine go when they hit. I think that's the human condition.
It is, yeah.
Anne's excited because she's managed to get her velvet. If you want your velvet bits and bobs, they are now live. I'll put the link in the feed for you. Yeah, there you go.
I just think that it's such a lovely thing. Such a lovely thing to give as a gift.
Do you
Make
know,
for yourself.
a moving in gift, if someone's...
Oh yeah,
Because
housewarming present. Be
when
lovely.
you move and you don't have all your kitcheny bits out and about and you get fed up with having takeaways,
Yeah,
then this is the perfect gift. Perfect
it's
gift for
lovely
that.
with a pie or a cake in it. It's nice. So yeah, get your block builder, card decks, find a block you love, make a pie dish carrier. It's a lovely make, and I just made it look really complicated, but the pattern's a lot much easier, so much easier. I can imagine people getting the pattern, going to think, oh, well, I'll watch Jane make that, see how she does it, thinking, oh my god.
Jane, the only thing that you did was book too soon.
Yes, I did. That's
That
all I
was
did.
it.
Don't quilt it until you've put your straps and your loops on. That's all it is.
So let's recap on today's deals because there's a lot
going
on this show. We have got fabric bundles for this kit at incredible prices. I don't actually know how much Gemma ended up loading that last one for.
The Christmas one.
The Christmassy
that
one.
I nicked the calico from.
I know the first one that we only had 4 of They were $12.99.
You get 3 fat quarters, and some of them are bigger fat quarters than your average.
Yeah, if they've
A
come
long
off
quarter, and then the equivalent of half a metre of your print, so that you can use it for your backing of your block, should you want to make the block. I mean, it's a lovely set of fabrics to have as a sash builder.
And then if you wanted either the Liberty or the one with the art gallery fabric that Jane has demoed in, they are $15.99. I'm sure Gemma will tell me in a minute how much this one is coming at. We'll find out in a minute.
Yeah. I mean, there's equivalent of 2.5 metre and a half in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an incredible value
price. Yeah.
piece of kit. And then the block builders.
You've got the
These
3.
are $14.99. You get 40 different blocks and 10 cards on the how-to, and suggested layouts and all sorts of.
There's all sorts of things in there. It's not just the blocks. It gives you all the information you need. It gives you the yardage, the cutting instructions, the construction of the blocks. They're really good. It's like having a teacher in a box.
And if you buy 3,
all those,
then there's £4.98 off. So you're basically nearly saving a fiver when you buy 3 together. They don't have to be the same one. If you're buying for gifting or anything like that, you can mix and match as much as you like.
Yeah.
It's entirely up to you. And then Jane, we've also got loaded, we've got 2 leftover half meters of velvet of the botanical, which we found this morning.
Gorgeous.
And that's the last of the botanical. I've got 2 half meters. They are pre-cut.
Make gorgeous cushions.
Wouldn't they?
A nice bag. Look at that. So rich. It's such a rich fabric.
I've made so many bags out of this, Jane. And I just love it.
It's just gorgeous.
And then, if you have to wear like navy to work, navy suit,
yes,
then this would zhuzh it up. And then, or they would make your easy half meter infinity scarves.
Oh gosh, yes.
Done in moments.
Absolutely.
Then the Rainford Twill. This is a waterproofed cotton fabric. You can feel the coating on it the minute that you get it. It's black one side, grey the other. Decide which way round you want it to be. It is perfect for linings. As a standalone fabric, absolutely fine as well, but I've used it for linings because it won't, if you're using one of our waxy, if you're using one of the Bonvilles,
yes,
which is waxy,
yes, it stops
this
it.
provides a nice barrier so that the lining doesn't get the wax come through in any way, shape or form. As an interfacing does, just acts as a barrier.
Yeah, acts as sort of like preventing the wax coming
But
through.
that's sold out on the day. We've now cut up the rest of the roll.
Lovely.
And any extras have been added.
Fabulous.
The bolt ends for the fabric we had last week.
With the Arctic Tails.
They are loaded.
Got Polar Friends, Frosty Gaze, Ocean Echoes, Frozen Flippers.
And these are all
And
last
the Winter
chance. When
Bound.
they're gone. They just went and then.
Yeah, they're all around about 60 centimetres. Some a little bit less, some a little bit more, but all around about that sort of measurement.
And then we've got, I think these work beautifully with the mixed metallics. And this is a half metre of velvet, which has 25% off. So the velvet already has 25% off.
And this is, you know, it's an extra wide fabric, is it? It's
Yeah, like 56 inches.
56
isn't it?
inches. So it's a good piece of velvet. You'll get 2 bags, would you, from a half metre?
Yeah, oh yeah, easily. If not actually a third.
I mean, look at these metallics with it. Just gorgeous. Look at that. You'd have that inside your bag.
Yeah.
So it opened your bag and there was this gorgeous fabric.
Yeah. And then you're getting beautiful. Your bling and your...
That's the coral. That's lovely.
And your magnetic clasp for free along with the instructions.
With this beautiful floral, which would go on the front of you.
It's not going to be long, Jane, until we're looking at Christmas going out bags.
Yeah. And
Might demo
magnetic
this
clasp in
tomorrow
there.
if we've got any left.
Such a lovely little clutch, isn't it? And like you say, now we've got the screw and rivets, you could add a screw and rivet to the side and make a little handle for it too. Got the chains. Have we still got chains? I don't know. But that's beautiful. So you get this 1/2 metre, you get the clasp, magnetic clasp and the piece of bling and the pattern. Is that the bundle? And then you can decide which metallic you're having.
You choose the metallic. Yeah, that's just an incredible, ridiculous bundle as is. And then you choose which metallic you would then like to go with it.
There's all sorts of colours there. And we have got some of the onyx left, if you wanted to be very subtle with it. Just have the grey inside, but why would you? Because they've got beautiful. Look at that one, that's Sprout.
Oh,
That's a bit gorgeous with the black, isn't it?
I like a surprise lining.
I think it just adds to the fun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's Scarlet. Wow. That's beautiful.
Well, if you want it Christmassy, we did have a couple of Christmassy colours in the bolt ends for that as well.
Well, we've got the orange as well here, so you've got...
Oh, the gold.
It's almost like gold colour, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. That's lovely and rich, isn't it?
Beautiful.
The bling is rhinestones rather than silver, so you don't have to worry into... Oh, Jane.
Look at that. That's aqua.
Oh, Jane.
That's Natasha Makes colours.
Oh, Jane.
It's a swirl, so it's got a beautiful like filigree of gold on there. It's beautiful. There's so many colours to choose from. I don't know how you'll choose.
I don't know, Jane. It's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky.
This is the dahlia. That's a rather rich, beautiful, almost purpley pink.
Oh, that's lovely.
And that's going to be gorgeous with it. Yeah, there's some gorgeous fabrics to choose from.
This is only whilst stocks last.
There's not a lot left of those fabrics, to be fair.
Yeah, so it's... Whew. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I've got, and on the velvet, yeah, I would just get in there quick. So I'm just making sure everything's in the right place. Jane, thank you ever so much. Tomorrow we will have samples galore, as I am packing and finding extra bits.
Amazing.
Here, there and everywhere.
It's amazing what we can tuck away in a corner, isn't it, and forget about. Or hide.
So
behind, just put another box in front of it without even thinking, and then of course it gets forgotten.
sample sale, normal sale, all the sales tomorrow.
Lovely. Grab some bargains.
Do it.
There's some lovely bargains.
And enjoy. And Jane, thank you ever so much.
You're very welcome.
And we will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Thank you ever so much. Have a rummage around the website because there are some incredible bargains to be had at the minute.
Lots of lovely things.
And once we've moved, that ain't going to be the case anymore.
No.
I'll tell you that now.
No, it's all going to go back to normal.
Yeah, make the most of it whilst you can. Thank you ever so much. We will see you soon. Take care. Lots of love. Bye.
Bye.